Okay. Oh, it's been a minute, everybody. Hello. This one phone has been really wonky with the color lately, and I'm not sure why. I'm trying to let me just clean the lens a little bit, just because that might make a difference, hopefully. It's pulling really yellow. I'm not sure why. Oh, that might have helped a little bit. Okay, I think that looks better. Sorry, Instagram, if I'm giving you a bit of motion sickness picking you up like that. There we go. I always spend like a couple minutes before my live setting up the phones, and I'm very nitpicky. I like things like they have to be totally straight and like balanced and like even. And then as soon as I move one of them, I have to go and fiddle and make sure they're all back and straight and matching as best as I can get them to match. Okay, that seemed to fix the color on Instagram because it was really yellowy before, and now I look about as pale and like a sickly Victorian child on both Facebook and Instagram. So I think we got that sorted out. So we should be good. There we go. All right, I'll wait another, 30 seconds or so to let everyone else join. Get everybody tuned in. The daily drop today is massive. And every single piece, which we usually try to plan it because Tuesdays are my days. We always try to make sure that at least the majority of the pieces launching on Tuesdays are plus, so that when I'm doing the daily drop, I'm able to try everything on. And that is the case for today, but we have, 6 or 7 pieces just in the daily drop? Yeah, we have 6 pieces for this daily drop. We have the dress that I'm wearing right now, we have a pair of jeans, and 4 tops, which is usually daily drops are 4 pieces. So to have 6 and for them to all be in plus is friggin' awesome. So I'm pretty excited about today's daily drop just because of the sheer amount of cute stuff that we have. Okay, so it's 11:03. I think that is plenty of time for me to get started. So good morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Michelle. I am the 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a 3X top and bottom, occasionally a 2X, but pretty typically a 3X. I wear an 18W in Judy Blues. I'm about a 20, 22, usually 20 numerically in other types of brands. And for height reference, I am 6'1", so I'm very tall. So I do talk about length, especially on, jeans and sleeves and stuff like that as it comes up. And for bra size, I wear a 44C/46B. So I am a little bit smaller chested than other people who might wear a 3X, but I'll just kind of talk about that as well. That being said, I am very broad in the shoulders. That kind of makes up for it, so I still find that a typical 3X fit still does work for me. I go live every Tuesday. Well, typically, this is my first Tuesday back in a little bit. Last week, I apologize. People were like, where's Michelle? I fully planned on being here. I was ready. I was here at the boutique. But I think I might have had food poisoning. I grabbed a McMuffin on my way to the boutique last week, as I do almost every week, a coffee and a McMuffin. I always have just a little, just to try and make sure I eat something before, otherwise it's really hard to try on clothes for 3 hours and then not eat anything, so I always try to just grab something on my way here. And then I was trying on clothes, doing photos, all that for about an hour, and I just started getting really shaky and sick feeling, and I was worried that maybe my my blood sugar was low or something like that, but no, it was literally 5 minutes before the live, Christine comes around the corner, she's like, Michelle, are you okay? And I'm like, can you start the live for me? I'm not feeling so good. And 2 minutes later, I had to run to the bathroom, and it was not good. So big props to Christine and Carrie for kind of taking over my live on the fly, literally 5 minutes before it started. They had no idea that was going to be the plan, so we kind of had to touch and go. So yeah, that sucked, and I ended up missing the whole day of work, everything. It was horrible, but totally fine now, and I'm very, very happy to be back. Yes, thank you. Hi, Stacy. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, Belinda. I'm very happy to be back. I don't like when I have to miss my lives, and hopefully I'm not too out of the groove, because that's 2 in a row I've missed. The week before that, I had a migraine, so I wasn't able to come in for that, but so far nothing calamitous, no illnesses, so we should be good to go. Okay, so with that out of the way, let me jump right into today's daily drop with this super cute little tea dress that I'm wearing. This is the Easy Breezy tea dress in black. This one's gonna be retailing for $44, sizes small through 3X. I'm wearing my typical 3X in this one, and we all wear our typical sizes for this one. So Christine in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X for this one, and I, of course, am in my usual 3X. It is a 1X large as opposed to an extra large for the like median size in this one. It is that chunky rib knit that we've seen a lot from Hamish in the last year or so, where it's got that little bit of a wavy pattern to it. This one is a little bit more uniform in color. A lot of the rib knits are the ones where it's kind of on the peaks it's a little bit more faded, and then in the valleys it's a little bit darker. This one is a bit more like a consistent, but there's a little bit of that, but it is more of like a consistent black throughout the colors of the garment. Good morning, Linda. Hello. So it also has this fun, big chunky seam for the collar around the V-neck here, and we have that big chunky seam on the sleeves. We kind of get this panel effect, and that big chunky rough seam on the sleeves as well. Lengthwise, it looks a little bit short on me, but again, as I mentioned, I'm 6'1", and I'm not all torso or all leg. I'm pretty proportionately tall everywhere. But that being said, if I were to wear this personally, I would probably put some shorts under it just for comfort's sake. But again, that's on my very tall body. If you are not super, super tall, or if you don't have, really long legs or a long torso, you could probably get away with this without feeling the need for shorts or anything like that. But there is lots of coverage. It's not right at the end of my booty. There is definitely still length there. This would be an amazing beach cover up too for me personally. I love a t-shirt dress over my bathing suits when I'm at the beach, especially if you're somewhere where Sylvan Lake or something, and you're oh, I want to just walk down the street and go grab an ice cream cone and come right back, and you don't want to get changed, but you don't want to just be walking around in your bathing suit. Something like this feels very weird to be talking about bathing suits in March, but at the same time, with what the weather been like lately, it's been so warm, it kind of feels like summer's right around the corner. Having a love-hate relationship with the weather. For personal reasons, I like it. I am not a fan of winter, but for work reasons, I was hoping spring break wouldn't be happening this early, but yeah, we can see that the length it's not longer in the back or front, it is straight around all the way. And then we have pockets, not the most deep pockets. I wouldn't trust anything super important, but enough to put, your keys, phone, something like that. And as always, I always like to say, I just like having pockets in my dresses because I never know what to do with my hands. So it means I can tuck my hands away and pretend they're not there. So again, this is the Easy Breezy tea dress in black. This one's going to be retailing for $44, sizes small through 3X, and we all wear our typical sizes for this one, true to size. All right, so like I said earlier, we have a pair of jeans and then 4 tops for the rest of the daily drop. So I'm going to go put those jeans on, and I'll just kind of grab the tops in whatever order they are on my rack, and we'll go through them one by one. So I will be right back. I figured it'd be easy to start in the dress because then I can put the pants on and then just leave them on for the rest of the 4 tops and go from there. So the majority of the live is all of today's stuff because, like I said, we've got a pretty big 6 pieces in our daily drop today, and they're all plus. We also have a restock happening tonight of a beloved piece that I get to show off. Wednesday, I don't have any pieces from the daily drop, but I do have some pieces from the Dex drop, and then we'll just kind of keep going from there. Okay. That'll work, and okay, I think it'll be easiest if I am going to be having these jeans on the whole time. I think I'll just get them out of the way now, and we can talk about them quickly, and then we can just bam, 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 move on to all of the different tops that we're going to be going through. So let's move on to these jeans here. These are from Judy, of course. These are the mid-rise tummy control shield pocket flares, in other words, the Ansels. And these are longs, which I could tell because they're almost touching the floor on me. I don't have the inseam here. I'm just going to double check in case it's in here now. I don't see the inseam listed in here, unfortunately, but I'm going to guess just by how they're looking on me that these are probably a 33 or a 34 inch inseam because they are almost touching the floor on me. I typically, for me to have a jean like properly, like starting to cover my shoe, touching the floor when I'm not wearing shoes is typically at 34 and a half to 35. If I want to have a little bit of a higher shoe, I need a 36. So I'm going to guess these are a 33, 33 and a half maybe, which is definitely long for a flare. These are like not 100% there for me, but again, me being 6'1", that's pretty rare. But in terms of long jeans, these are definitely what I would consider long for sure. Oh, I was like, what is this little thing here? That's just, I tucked the tag into the pocket there so that when they go back into inventory that the girls don't have to make a new tag. They can just put it back. So I was like, what is that? Is there a weird thread? Nope, just the tag. So these ones are going to be retailing for $99, sizes 0 through 24W, which is the full Judy size range, and I'm wearing my usual 18 in these ones. So being a tummy control, I definitely feel that a little bit in this section, but if you've tried the tummy control jeans before, especially in like a skinny jean or something that's a little bit with like a stretchier denim, even with the tummy control, there's still enough stretch and movement in the waistband and in the hip area that it just feels really nice and smooth without feeling like it's squishing you. It doesn't feel like it's muffin topping me. I'll pull this up a little bit. They're maybe a tiny bit more snug than recent tummy controls I've tried on. It could also just be because I ate breakfast like an hour ago and I'm a little bloated. But that being said, it's still not like muffin topping me at all. And when I tried them on last week for photos, they fit even smoother. You can see I still have a little bit of wiggle room in the waistband, but it's nice because it doesn't feel like they're going to get stretched out and weird as I move throughout the day. I also sometimes occasionally I'll get a little bit too much extra fabric in this area, and you can see there's a little bit, but not a ton. I find the tummy controls are the best fit for me because they tend to fit me really nicely in this area without being too tight up here and without having too much extra fabric here. For the jeans themselves, there's no physical distressing, but we can see that we have some whiskering and quite a bit of fading on the upper thigh here. And then if I turn around to the back, we can see that they're called the shield pocket because they do have this really cute pocket shape. I love the shield pockets. I feel like they just make your booty pop a little bit extra. They make everything look really nice and shapely, and who doesn't want to look nice and shapely, let's be honest. There is quite a bit of that fading in the wash on the booty area as well, which again just kind of makes the booty pop, which is really nice. And then these are a really nice flare as well. If you're one of those tall girls where you're like, long jeans are almost too long, where it's going to be, you know, like a regular jean would be a little bit short and you buy a long, and then it's maybe like a little bit too long and you need it hemmed like just like an inch or so. These are going to be great as a flare because I'm trying to like stick my leg out so you can see like how much flare there is, so that even if you did end up having to hem these an inch or two, you're not going to lose all of the flare. There's still a wide enough bell that even if you did get these hemmed a little bit, they're still going to look fantastic. So these also just like, I wish if these were like half an inch longer, I would absolutely be bringing these home because these just fit me like a glove. Like these 18s are absolutely size Michelle. Like they just fit, curve, they're super comfy right off the rack. This is a really, really good pair of jeans, especially if you are a fellow long-legged and or tall girly who's been looking for a pair of flares. These ones are fantastic. I love these. So again, these are the Ansels, or the long technical term, the Judy Blue mid-rise tummy control shield pocket flare longs. These again are going to be retailing for $99, and we have them in the full Judy size range of 0 through 15 for the straight sizes, and then 14W through 24W for the plus sizes. And they are true to size. Everyone wears their typical size, so that is Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa wears her usual 14, and I'm in my usual 18 for these ones as well. Super cute. I just need to do just because my booty looks great. Like, look at that. I look like I've been going to the gym and doing squats, and I haven't been into the gym to do a squat since like 2022. So yeah, just needed to give a little appreciation. These jeans are doing wonders for the booty pop, just saying. Okay, that was maybe a little self-indulgent, please excuse me, but anyways, I digress. Let's get back to the other pieces, and let's start with this t-shirt. This is the Kaya round neck tee in black. This one's gonna be retailing for $32, sizes small through 3X, and it is a 1X large as the medium size as opposed to an extra large. This one fits true to size. It is a little bit more of a relaxed fit, but it's not like a baggy oversized fit, so we do say true to size. So Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, I'm in my 3X, and this t-shirt is 100% cotton. This is like the third or fourth colorway we've had in the Kaya round neck tees, and I absolutely adore these. I love the length. They're not cropped, but they're also just like maybe a little bit shorter than a standard like t-shirt. I think they're amazing for if you're wearing like a mid or high rise jean for doing the millennial half tuck, as I've heard it called. They're like the perfect length for that. I also love that they have just a little bit wider of a round neck as opposed to just a straight up classic crew neck. And then I also love they have a little bit of a shorter sleeve, and they do have the rolled sleeve. This guy's tacked down in I think 3 places, right on the seam here, and then there's one there and one there somewhere. So if you do want to unroll the sleeve, you totally can, just with a seam ripper. But I love the way that this looks. It definitely gives me the white one, especially from a couple weeks ago, because of the way it's rolled. It very much reminded me of like the 1950s like Grease kind of vibes, where they would roll the pack of cigarettes in their sleeve, and they were cotton. It was the cotton Levi's t-shirt, I think, was the big thing back then. Oh, excuse me. And the little bit of the shorter cut like that. That is what this reminds me of. These are super comfortable, and again, because they are 100% cotton, it's going to be super breathable. It's going to wear super nicely and just hold up really well over time. And it's just a really nice black t-shirt, and black is my favorite color. So, well, really purple is my favorite color, but black is the color that owns like half of my wardrobe. So again, this is the Kaya round neck tee in black. $32 for this one, sizes small through 3X. It's a relaxed fit, but still true to size, so we all wear our typical sizes for this one. All right, let's go throw on a different top. What do I want to put on? Let's do this one. Okay, here is the next one. We've got like a black and teal theme happening for the daily drop today. So this is the Blakely baby doll tunic in jade. This one's retailing for $32, and it is going to be available in sizes small through 3X, and this one is again a 1X as the medium size as opposed to a extra large. This one is a poly rayon spandex blend, and it fits true to size. Everybody wears a typical size, so Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and I am in my typical 3X for this one. A gorgeous, gorgeous color. It's described as jade. I think, when I think jade, I think of it being a little bit more green pulling, whereas this definitely leans like pretty midpoint in terms of blue and green to me. Like I feel like it's a pretty teal as opposed to being more green. I think it's pretty like even between the two. For the baby doll, it does have that kind of like bend where it's not just like a straight flat cut across. It's a little bit higher right under the bust, and then it tapers down a little bit on the sides. And unlike the which ones, the Chill baby doll tanks where they kept going all the way down around, this one does have that consistent shape all the way around the back, which I think works better in a t-shirt. With the baby doll tanks that we had, the back of the tank also dropped a little bit, so it made sense to have it carry all the way down. But because the t-shirt still goes all the way across the shoulder blades, I think that it makes more sense shape-wise and flattering-wise for it to kind of have the same consistence through the back, and then having it do that little bit of a curve up on the top just gives it a little bit of a different shape. It's a little bit, it doesn't kind of do the cupcake thing where it like cuts you in half that way. It's a little bit more gradual and a little bit more natural of a silhouette, which is really fun. And then if I get bloated from eating too many Easter treats, you're not going to see it as much, which I always appreciate. I think that's kind of the like unspoken rule about baby dolls that everyone loves, is that if you're going somewhere and planning to eat a lot, baby dolls are a great choice because no one will ever know. Anyways, again, this is the Blakely baby doll tunic in jade. This one's gonna be retailing for $32, sizes small through 3X, and we all wore our typical size for this one. All right, 2 more tops, and then we are through the daily drop. So I'll pop another one on. I had to scrape frost off my windshield this morning. I was so annoyed just because it's been so warm that like the first reminder that, oh wait, no, it is actually still winter. And I was very, very upset. I was like, excuse me, I haven't had to start my car, scrape my windshield, anything in like 2 weeks now, and now you want me to scrape? And of course it wasn't even like snow or ice, it was just like the thinnest layer of frost, and I was so annoyed and frustrated, but really I was just being a baby. And of course, like after turning my defrosters on for like 2 minutes, it went away, but that's okay. Hello, Jessica. Happy Tuesday to you too. Hello. All right. I love this top. I am such a sucker for like 3/4 length sleeves and baseball tee style things like this. These are just like my comfort style for sure, other than sweatshirts. So this is the Wild Side color block top in black. This one's retailing for $36 and is available in sizes small through 3X. Once again, for this one, the median size is a 1X as opposed to an extra large. This one does have a little bit more of a relaxed fit, but not super duper relaxed, and it is true to size, so we all wear our typical sizes for this one. I am in my typical 3X for this one. And as I just mentioned, it is kind of like a baseball tee fit, 3/4 length sleeves. I love the length of the sleeves. My natural instinct is still to pull them up a little bit. I don't know why, considering they're already short, but just like as soon as I put it on, my brain is like, no, they need to sit like right at this specific spot. But I love all the little details in this top. I find it super, super flattering. I love the panel of the cheetah print or leopard, I think this is leopard print. Like 15-year-old Michelle would be very offended that I didn't know the difference between my specific big cat prints. That was something I was really into, was like big cats and like jungle cats. But we've got the leopard print along the sleeve here. It's also this really pretty, like very faded leopard print, which I think is nice. It almost has a little bit of like heathered and like speckling effect on it, which I think is gorgeous. It makes it a little bit more subtle, a little bit more neutral for like everyday wear, which I love. It also has the little chunk in the front here with the little cross. This also gives it like kind of like sporty baseball tee vibes to me, in my opinion. And then I love, love, love on the side that we do have the scalloping. I always find that this is just such a flattering and feminine little touch for any top. And then we can see that it is a little bit longer in the back than it is in the front, so it is going to give a little bit more booty coverage. This would be fantastic to wear with leggings for sure. I'm a little sad it's covering up my booty as much as it is, considering how good my booty looks in these jeans. So personally would not pair these together because I'm going to want to show off my booty in these jeans. But this is still an absolutely adorable top. And I do find that actually it looks really nice because it is like a little bit flowy and it kind of tapers in a little bit at the waist and then flares out just a little bit at the hips to give that A-line shape. It actually pairs really nicely with a flare silhouette, but it would still also pair really nicely with a more straight-legged, like leggings or skinny jeans kind of silhouette as well. Oh, definitely, Linda. There's like this certain, I think there's like a certain spot on my forearm here where sleeves just kind of like naturally rest to, and so that's where I'm like used to pulling them up to, and if they're not there, it feels wrong for sure. So again, this is the Wild Side color block top in black. $36 for this one, sizes small through 3X. It is a little bit of a relaxed fit, but we still say true to size, and everyone wears their typical size for this one, and that includes myself in the 3X. Okay, we have one more piece. It's almost 11:30 and we're still just on the daily drop. Like I said, this daily drop, 6 pieces, like fantastic. It was a huge daily drop and they were all in plus. So we have one more t-shirt. I'm gonna go pop that one on and we'll be right back. This shirt is so soft. I tried this on for photos last week, but for some reason I do not remember this t-shirt being so soft. I mean, to be fair, I was probably already kind of out of it by the time I started trying this one on, so that might be why, but oh man. It is that like, so this is from P Rose or P and Rose, but I thought at first it was Chris and Carol, because if you've had one of those Chris and Carol like that like brush cotton, like super soft velvety feeling t-shirts, that's what this fabric reminds me of. It's so smooth. I just want to like pet it. It's so nice. So this is the Sawyer striped top in mint. This one is retailing for $36, sizes small through 3X. Once again, for this one, the median size is a 1X as opposed to a extra large. And this one fits true to size as well. So Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium. Melissa is in her usual 1X, and I, of course, am in my usual 3X. So this one is a poly spandex blend, but like I said, it just feels so incredibly soft and smooth. I am seriously obsessed. It's also a really flattering t-shirt cut as well. This one is a little bit more of a relaxed fit. We have the V-neck here. I love the way that they actually lined up the striping so that it goes with the V-neck instead of just kind of being like wherever. I think that's a really nice little extra detail that they put into the manufacturing to make sure that does that. The sleeves are kind of like a mid-length. They're not the longest t-shirt sleeves, but they're also not super short and capped either. And then they has a little bit of like a flow that curves just a little bit out starting under the bust. It's not quite like flared, but it does have a little bit of an A-line cut, and you can see how it just hangs really nicely off of the chest area and just has this really nice, gorgeous flow. It has this really like dramatically long but not super deep scalloping that helps with the way that it just kind of flows and sits really nicely. And then this one is definitely longer in the back than it is in the front, so it's not quite tunic length on me, but if you were like Christine, if you were a little bit more on the petite side, this is almost like tunic length. You could definitely wear this with leggings very, very easily. And just the way that it hangs as well, you kind of get that like rainbow effect in the stripes from just how it drapes. And I think that's just, again, really flattering, and it just looks a little bit more elevated and just a little bit more intentional with the way that they've placed the stripes for the garment, and it just elevates it a little bit, which I think is really, really cute. I also love the color. I feel like if you like St. Patrick's Day, but you don't want to wear something that's like giant and Kelly green and crazy, this is a really nice, like subtle kind of thing that you'd be able to wear for St. Patty's Day, which is in like 2 weeks, but you can still rewear this. It's not going to be like, oh, that's your St. Patrick's Day shirt. Like, this is nice and subtle, but you could still pair it well and do a lot of other things with it, but it's still got that little pop of green in here. So again, this one is the Sawyer striped top in mint. This one's retailing for $36, sizes small through 3X, and we all wear our typical sizes for this one. So Half an hour later, that is the daily drop for today. We have a ton of stuff. We have the 4 tops that I've tried on. We have the t-shirt dress, and then these flare jeans in long. So everything that I've tried on so far is going to be launching today at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or in other words, in like an hour and a half, all of this stuff will become available. All right, with that, let's move on to this evening at 8 p.m. we have a restock for a very beloved piece. So I have one of the two in 2 colors. I have one, I'm gonna go pop it on and I will be right back. These are pieces that we've restocked a couple times at this point, and we just can't keep enough of them in stock. Everybody loves them, everybody wants them. I can't say anything because I own both of them. It's the same piece, 2 colors. I own it in a 3rd color. You've probably figured out what I'm talking about already, or at least have a pretty good guess. There we go. So tonight at 8 p.m. we are restocking the Ampersand Love Story hoodies in 2 colors. We have the black, as I am currently wearing, and we have the gray, which is, if you remember, the really light heathered gray. It's absolutely stunning. So we have that coming back again in stock today at 8 p.m. I don't have the gray one up here to try on it because I think it's still being processed in the warehouse downstairs. So it hasn't made its way up here for me to try on yet. But we, like I said, we will have both the black like I am wearing currently, and then we'll also be having the gray as well. I own both of these in my personal life. I wear them all the time, and I don't think I've ever worn one of them somewhere and not gotten a compliment from at least someone. Especially, I find the gray one seems to be the one that gets the most compliments. I think it's just because with the gray, you can see like the texture in the sleeves and stuff a little bit more, and you can see the like giant chunky lace patterns, and that seems to be the one especially that gets me the most compliments. But these, I feel like they're never gonna go out of style, and the demand is still so high on these because they're absolutely gorgeous. And the best part is that they're super, super comfortable as well. They still have lots of stretch. I was worried with the lace on the sleeves that the sleeves might be tight. And while the lace part itself, just because of the way the embroidery is, doesn't have a lot of stretch, the fabric underneath does have a lot of stretch. And because of that, I find that they fit no differently than my other university hoodies in terms of stretch in the sleeves and the arms. So that is absolutely not a concern whatsoever. So we have, again, the black and the gray coming back in stock, and they're going to be retailing for $82 each. So again, that is tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time that the Love Story hoodies are coming back. So for wash, I would have to look at the actual washing instructions, but I found with mine, just like any other ampersand, I wash on, sorry, give me a second, a cough. So sorry about that. I find that I wash mine the same as any other ampersand, where I wash my laundry on, not on cool, not on cold. When they say cold, they're thinking of like places in California where the cold water is still like, it's not like in Canada where it's like 2 degrees coming out of the pipes because it's being pulled from the river that's literally frozen over. So I always wash mine on cool, and then I hang to dry all of my ampersands just to be safe. But in terms of like special wash, like they're not dry clean only or anything like that, and I don't find I need to put them in a load by themselves, or I don't need to put them in a laundry bag or anything. The lace isn't so delicate that it's like snagging on anything, so I wash them the same as I wash any of my other ampersands, and they have been fine, and they've held up really well too. The only thing that I found has happened with mine a little bit after washing them is that the drawstrings will kind of start to curl after a while. But I think that's, I mean, really with any kind of like lacing, and when I say lace, I mean like shoelace or like string versus like lace, but in this case it's both. That's just gonna happen, and it's not like it's completely curled up on itself, but I do find that's the only thing that's happened with mine as I've washed and worn it, is that the strings have started to curl up just a little bit on the edges, but other than that, they still look totally brand new. And I guess there's also a little bit of dog hair that's just become interwoven in them, but that's all of my clothes because I love wearing black clothes and have 2 very shitty dogs. But that has nothing to do with the garment itself. That is absolutely a result of my lifestyle. So again, the black and the gray are going to be restocking tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and they're going to be $82 each. Okay, with that, we can move on to tomorrow. I believe there is not any plus size pieces in the daily drop. I'm just double checking. Yes, that is correct. So I will move right on to Wednesday evening, which is decks. We have 3 pieces that are coming in plus. We've got a pair of pants, we've got a fair and square neck tank, and a jacket. So basically a whole outfit. So I'm gonna go change into that decks outfit and we'll be right back. And if anyone was wondering what the third color of Love Story hoodie that I have is, because I mentioned I have 3 of them, in a surprise to no one, it is the purple one, the lilac one, because of course it is. I was very tempted by the navy one as well, but I had to look at myself and be like, Michelle, you literally have this exact hoodie in 3 colors. Do you really need a 4th? Because that's not even including all the other ampersand sweatshirts and hoodies and stuff that I own. It's like, are you really gonna get enough wear out of this one being just a slightly different color than the other 3 you already own? Probably not. So it was hard, but I had to be responsible and I did it. Okay. Here is my little Dex outfit. Oh, this jacket is so cute. I'm gonna do the buttons up and I'll talk about the jacket first, and then I will pull it off to talk about the other pieces. Okay. Here we go. So this is the Dex, oh, there we go. The Dex Lydia denim jacket in washed light blue. This one is going to be retailing for $120 and it is available in the full Dex size range, so the standard sizes of extra small to extra large, and then the plus sizes, which includes X, 1X, and 2X for this one. So for this one, Christina wears the extra small, which is typical for her and for Dex. Carrie is wearing the medium. Melissa wears the extra large for this one. And then I am in the 2X because, as we know, several months ago, Dex discontinued their 3X size, but I still try on the 2X pieces when they work, and for the most part, I think there's only been a handful of pieces where I found the 2X didn't work for me. Generally, the 2X does work for me in Dex, and this jacket is definitely no exception. So I have it done up fully here. The one thing I will say about this is on me is the sleeves are short. This is a little bit more of like a cropped jacket style, so I think the sleeves are just shorter in general, but they're definitely like pronounced, like quite short on me. But considering this is my habit anyways, not a huge problem. They also have this really fun armband detail that goes around the sleeve, which I think is really cute. And then it does have this double-breasted button set up here, and then if you undo the buttons, there we go, you can wear it open as well, and you're going to get the buttons on both sides. It also has a buttonhole and one of those like inside button things, and oh, there it is. I was like, why can't I see the inside button? Probably because it's clear. So it does have an extra inner button if you want just that extra little bit to help keep it closed for a little bit of extra security. I definitely prefer how it looks open. I like, it kind of gives like a more blazer type cut. I find when it's open, it has a little bit more definition in the shoulders, and especially with the way the lapels are on this jacket, it definitely reads blazer, and I find it just gives that a little bit more when it's open. We also have these pockets here, and these pockets are surprisingly deep. Again, because it's cut like a blazer, you wouldn't expect it, but these are like Levi big denim jacket pockets. Like these, you could put a phone in here, you could put a wallet in here, and it's not going anywhere. Like these are surprisingly deep pockets for how refined and feminine of a cut the jacket is, which I think is fantastic. And then we'll do a little bit of a rotato here so you can see the back. Yeah. So again, this is the Lydia denim jacket in washed light blue. This one is retailing for $120. And for sizing, Christine wears the extra small, Carrie is in the medium, Melissa wore the extra large, and I am in the 2X for this one, and I would say the 2X fits me perfectly. Okay, I'm gonna go hang up the jacket and we can talk about the top underneath, and then we'll end off with the pants. Okay, sorry, don't mind me, I'm busy staring at my hair in the mirror. I wish I had run my straightener over it before I left this morning, but I didn't quite have time, so it's a little schmoogly, but that's okay. This is the Dex Fair and Square Tank 2.0 in white. We've had this one launch in black, and now we have it in the white as well. It is an updated take on the Fair and Square neck take from Dex. If I remember correctly, the previous Fair and Square necks had a little bit more squared off of a neckline, whereas this is like, it's like a squoval, which is kind of how I get my nails done, where it's not quite square, but it's not full over either. It's definitely got a little bit more flat structure to it. So I think it's like a squoval neckline. And then the straps are definitely thinner than they were on the original Fair and Square neck tank. They were more thicker tank straps on the previous iteration. In this one, they are not a spaghetti strap, but they're also not as thick as a tank strap either. I am wearing the 2X. I find that if there was a 3X available, I would probably prefer it just because these are quite fitted. They're not like compression by any means. They're not like a second skin, but they are definitely like, they have that like snap back to them. They are definitely fitted and they mean to conform to the body. It is nice for giving that kind of like faux bodysuit vibe without having to actually deal with the tails of a bodysuit. But if I were to wear this without tucking it in, I feel like I would prefer to have that one extra size up, just so it's not quite so clinging to the rest of my body. But in terms of tucking it in the way I have with this outfit, the 2X definitely works for me for this one. So for this one, sizing wise, I don't have that information on here, unfortunately, but I think everyone wears their typical Dex size. Christine's either in the extra small or the small. I believe Carrie is the medium. And then Melissa, I believe, wears an X in this, but I'm not 100% sure just because it's not in here yet. But yeah, so I am in the 2X here. If there was a 3X for everyday wear, I would probably prefer it. That's what I wore in the original Fair and Square tanks, but the 2X does work. It is just a little bit more form-fitted and compressed, but if that is the vibe you're going for, then this will absolutely work. So again, this is the Dex Fair and Square Tank 2.0 in white. $45 for this one in the full Dex size range of extra small up through 2X. And then finally, we have these pants that I'm wearing. These are the Dex Dynamic Pleated Wide Leg Pant in Mini Leopard. These ones are going to be retailing for $80. I also don't have the sizes that everyone wore in these, unfortunately, but I am wearing the 2X, and I would say that these fit pretty true to a Dex 2X for me. They do work without having the option to size up and see. I don't know how a 3X would fit, but I could see myself potentially enjoying a 3X just to get a little bit more flow. I find that it's really hard to see with the pattern, but I do find that like the pleats are nice and like together and uniform on like the outer thigh and down on the calf, but I do find that they are pulling a little bit in this like hip and stomach area, and the waist, it's not tight, I still have lots of stretch, but I do think just seeing how they look on the other girls, I think if I had a 3X, they would maybe have the pleats be a little bit more uniform in this like hip area instead of spreading out as much, and I think they would maybe just be a little bit looser and flowier. So the 2X does work, but I'm curious to see what sizes the other girls wore, just because it's not in the iPad that I have here yet. But I do like the 2X definitely works, and these are definitely cute, but I think I could have a little bit more flow in the hips and waist and really enjoy that for these ones. So the material for these ones, I also don't have that either. There's just not a lot of information on these yet, but it is really smooth and soft. I'm gonna guess it's kind of a poly spandex, maybe even some rayon blend in here, but it does feel kind of like blousey almost, and kind of like a satiny finish to it almost. That being said, they're not shiny by any means, but they're smoother. They're not as like rough of a texture as like a chiffon or something like that. And you can see that the leopard print, it's called mini leopard because it is definitely like a very like ditzy leopard. Like the spots are quite small. So from a distance, I feel like you can still kind of tell they're animal print just because of like the base tones and the colors, but you can't really see exactly what the spots look like until you get up close. I'll try to, it's probably about as close as I can get without looking like a weirdo. So here we can see. So again, these are the Dex Dynamic Pleated Wide Leg Pant, not plant, in mini leopard. $80 for these ones, and they're available in the full Dex size range of extra small through 2X. I am wearing the 2X. There is no 3X. I'd be curious to see what they fit like if they did, but the 2X does work for me. Okay, that is everything that is coming in plus for the Wednesday Dex evening drop. So again, that outfit, especially including the jacket, are going to be available Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So tomorrow evening. Okay, let's move on to Thursday daily drop. I have a pair of shorts and a tank. So I have two pieces, one little outfit. I'll go pop that on and be right back. It should be pretty quick for the rest of the live because I have one outfit for Thursday daily drop, one outfit for the Friday daily drop. I don't have the Friday ampersand pieces to try on, unfortunately, but I do wear a 3X in the comfy pants and the comfy shorts. So, and I believe it's the comfy pants that go with these. So I would wear my usual 3X in all of those pieces. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, we'll start with the top. I'll just kind of ignore the weird little like bump from the laces of the shorts. We can talk about the top and then I'll do the shorts. So again, we are on to Thursday daily drop now. So this outfit's going to be launching Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I was going to say 11 a.m., but no, that's when we go live. So this is the it's that time of morning now where I can tell that like my coffee was too long ago because I can't talk properly anymore. This is the Delectable Button Tank in Light Mint. This one's retailing for $42 and it is available in sizes small through 3X with a 1X as the medium size. This one fits true to size and we all wear our typical sizes, so I am wearing the 3X right now. This one is a poly spandex. It reminds me a lot of the wrinkle-free 3/4 sleeve tops that we had back in, was it like late summer, early fall when we had all those tops? My time is weird. I can't remember when it was. I just remember we had to go. It is that same kind of like stretchy poly spandex fabric that sits really nicely and has that blousey material, but still with like a t-shirt stretch. I love the colors on this one, very spring. Light mint is definitely the like perfect descriptor for this like really pale pastel green in the background. And then the rest of the top is also pastels. We have this really nice kind of periwinkle blue, and then a little bit of a deeper tone on the roses here with kind of a like mauve, pinky purpley kind of color going on, but still very like desaturated tones, very pastel, very spring, which I love. This is going to look really nice paired with darker things like navy and black, because it's not quite as high contrast as something white, but it's still going to really pop against something that is darker like a black or a navy pant. Super pretty. Buttons here, these ones are full functioning on the bottom here, the bottom 4, but then the ones that kind of come up the side there, those ones are not functioning buttons. So you can unbutton it a little bit, but you can't button it up higher than this 4th button here for this one. So again, this is the Delectable, I said it again, Delectable Button Tank in Light Mint. This one's retailing for $42, size is small through 3X. True to size, we all wear our typical size for this one. And then these shorts. I love these shorts. I think I saw a post or two of people asking about these ones if they were coming in the insiders group, and they are. They are going to be here this week, which I'm very excited about. I'm just going to tuck up the top a little bit. So actually I might even tie it just so that we can really see everything on the shorts, because these ones are really cute, especially with the little drawstring on the waist. I want to make sure that we can see that little detail. So I'm going to do that. So these are the Judy Blue High Rise Vintage Wash Jogger Shorts, aka the Ashers. We had a lot of A names for the Judys this week. We had the Ansels and now we have the Ashers. These are going to be retailing for $74, and they are available in the typical letter sizing for Judy shorts, which is sizes small through 3X. True to Judy letter sizing, and I do want to let you know that I have started sizing down to a 2X in shorts. The last couple of pairs that I've tried on kind of since the start of this year, I found that I am preferring the 2X, which I kind of did the math on it, and it makes sense because Melissa typically wears a 14W in Judy's, and she wears usually either an extra large or a 1X in the shorts. And I was thinking, okay, well, if she wears a 14 and I wear an 18, but I'm wearing the 3X, it doesn't make sense that it would be like the 1X is a 14 and then what, only size 16 is the 2X, and then the 3X is supposed to be sizes like 18 through 24. That doesn't quite make sense. And also I found that it kind of felt like I was in between sizes with the 3X, like I wanted to size down, but because of them being letter sizes and not number sizing, I was worried that jumping down to a 2X would be too much. But I did finally try it, and I do find that, at least for the ones that I've tried on so far this year, I do prefer the fit of the 2X shorts now. So I'll still make sure that I try both and mention it for the next little bit, kind of like when I first started preferring my 18s over 20s. I wanted to make sure that I mention that very frequently. I'll try to do that with shorts as well, because I have been wearing a 3X short for the longest time, and it is still possible that maybe these two pairs are one-offs or flukes and that I will still prefer a 3X, but I've, at least so far in what we've tried this year, I've been preferring the 2X in shorts. So I will try to be very transparent about that when I'm trying on shorts. So these are the 2X that I'm wearing for these ones. And I find that they fit absolutely perfectly for me. They are definitely high-waisted. At first I was worried they'd be a little bit tight in the waist, and then I realized when I tried them on, it's just because I have the drawstring pulled up too tight. If you let this go, you can see I still have quite a bit of stretch and wiggle room. And then I do like that because they're high-waisted, that they do have the drawstring so that, you know, when you put them on at the beginning of the day, when you haven't eaten yet or anything, you can tie it a little bit tighter. You can kind of loosen it off throughout the day. If you've eaten more, your stomach starts to expand, and then, you know, when you've been wearing them and the fabric starts to relax, you can tighten them up again. I do find that now that I'm in a 2X, I was having my usual problem where I just had too much fabric in like the hip and thigh area, and that is, now that I'm in the 2X, is definitely not the case for me. I love the pockets on these shorts. The cargo / carpenter style have been really in for the last like 6 months or so, and I love that we're seeing that detail on shorts as well. The big fun square pockets. I also think that it's just fun to give a little bit more like chunkiness and drama to a short so that you can pair it with a more simple top and let them kind of be the statement piece. There's very, very minor physical distressing on these. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but there's just like the tiniest little bit of brushing here where the denim has been worn on the front pocket here. And it's only on this is my left side, the left pocket. It's not on the right pocket. And then if I turn around in the back, we can see on the left pocket again, there's just kind of along the seam here, there's just the tiniest little bit of physical distressing on the surface of the pocket. Very, very, very minor. Just a little tiny bit of a detail there. Not a ton of fading, no whiskering or anything like that, just the lightest little bit of fading on the thighs, but they are already a pretty light wash, so there's not a lot like to fade, if that makes sense. So again, these are the Ashers, or the big long spiel of a name, the Judy Blue High Rise Vintage Wash Jogger Shorts. These ones are retailing for $74, sizes small through 3X, with both an extra large and a 1X. Do we have everybody's sizes for these ones? So Christine is in the small, Carrie opts for the medium or the large, Melissa is in the 1X, and then like I said, I am in the 2X now for these guys. It does say 3X in here, but I'll make sure Jackie changes it, because that is a new development that I discovered last week during photos, is that both pairs, we have another pair of shorts that are going to be launching later that I was trying on for photos, and I preferred the 2X in those as well. So I do think that is kind of the general trend going forward, is that the 2X is going to be a little bit of a better fit for me for shorts. Okay. So that is everything for Thursday. And like I mentioned, I have another perfect outfit where it's just one top and one pair of pants for Friday. So I'll put that outfit on. And then we also have a weekend cozy drop. So I'll have that for you as well. But before we get there, let's get Friday out of the way. Oops, I'm throwing hangers all over the place. There we go. Okay. So here is the outfit for the Friday drop. Let me just put this tag in the pocket here. It's not bugging me. Let us start with the sweater. This is the Reflection Striped Sweater in the color Off-White. This one is retailing for $69, sizes small through 3X, and this one comes in both an extra large and a 1X. We have both options available for the median sizes for this one. We do find that this one has a very relaxed fit, but it is still true to size for that intended relaxed fit. So Christine wears the small, Carrie is in the medium, Melissa opted for the 1X in this one, and I am in my usual 3X. So this one is primarily acrylic with 10% cotton blend in it, and this one definitely has some heft to it in terms of the weight. And when I say that, I don't mean it's thick as in it's going to be like hot, but the fabric has enough weight to it that it just has this kind of fun, like slumpy slouchiness that gives it a really fun, cozy, relaxed, like chill girl vibe. Like when you move, it just seems like the fabric wants to like fall down. So the sleeves feel a little extra drapey. The length feels a little bit extra long just because of the way the fabric falls. It kind of, gravity really wants to help it relax and stay very slouchy. So it gives a really fun casual vibe in that regard. It is definitely a little bit more on the relaxed fit, bordering oversized, but not quite. I would still say true to size. I wouldn't size, I mean, I could size down to a 2X, but I think that it would fit too close to the body, but for how relaxed the fabric is and like how dropped the shoulders are, I don't think it would look quite right. So I do think that 3X is definitely the perfect size for me for this sweater. If we get up close, we can see it is a very like dramatic dropped shoulder, which I love. It's almost doing like the Batwing like effect because like my body's here and you can see that there's like a pretty significant amount of fabric like pulled away from my body from the arms just because of how dropped the shoulder is. I love that it gives this effect where the arm kind of like tucks in beside the bust here. It's also got this very like straight and wide neckline that I like. And then if I turn to the side, we can see it is just a tiny bit longer in the back than it is in the front, not dramatically so. And then we do have this little seam split here just to give it a little bit more movement and things like that. For most folks, this would definitely work to be tunic length. Of course, me being 6'1", not quite, but for a lot of people, this one would be a really fun slouchy sweater to layer like a tunic or almost even like a sweater dress. So again, this is the Reflections striped sweater in Off-White. This one's retailing for $69, sizes small through 3X with both an extra large and a 1X available as options. This one, we do say that it is a relaxed fit, but still true to size. I'm in my usual 3X for this one. And then we have these Risen jeans here. These, I'm gonna attempt to, these are quite high rise, so I'm trying to like tuck them up as high as I can. Carrying on with the theme of jeans having A names for the week. So these are the Axels, which I love. My oldest nephew's name is Axel. Not that he's gonna see this, but his grandma will, so say hi to Axel for me when you watch this. These are the Risen jeans high-rise crop wide barrel pant, aka the Axels. So these are going to be retailing for $89. They are available in sizes 0 through 15 for the straight sizes, and then the plus they are in letter sizes 1X, 2X, and 3X. I am in the 3X for these ones. Size-wise, Christine is in a 5, which is her usual Risen number size. Carrie's in an 11, which is also her usual Risen size. Melissa wears the 1X, which is typical for her for Risen, and I am in the 3X, which again is typical for me in Risen. So these ones being crops, I'm glad I had to clarify what I'm on. I'm like, I just want to make sure these are intentionally crops because these are definitely like straight up capris on me. Again, the joys of being 6'1" and having a 36-inch inseam. But yeah, that is the intention. And then they are described as the wide barrel. If you're not familiar with the barrel jean trend, the way the barrel cut is it's almost like it poofs out and round, kind of like a jodhpur. But then it stays straight on the inside, and these are almost doing that, but just the way, I'm not sure if it's just the way they're sitting on me, or if it's because they're not a full like barrel jean and they're like a barrel crop. I do find that they are just a little bit more like a cropped flare. I find they're not doing the same kind of like curving out like a jodhpur, but I feel like that's also like a really weird thing to structurally to plan into a pant. So I would say that despite being described as like a barrel pant, they're not quite giving the barrel effect that I was expecting when I saw the name descriptor, but they are definitely still like a wide flare. They do have this kind of like sewn in panel here. This might be part of what's trying to give the barrel effect. You can see, it's hard to see on camera maybe from there, I'll try to get closer. But we can see that there is kind of like a sewn side panel, and then there's a seam here, kind of giving this like its own panel effect, and then a little bit more at the bottom. And we can see it's on this side as well. And then in the back, we've also got this seam kind of like right above the pockets here, which I think is interesting just to give it a little bit more definition and dimension. Definitely a lot of like different construction points on this jean that are not what you see in just like a typical pair of jeans. So again, these are from Risen. They are the high-rise crop wide barrel pants, aka the Axels. These are retailing for $89, sizes 0 through 15 for the straight sizes, and then 1X, 2X, and 3X for the plus sizes. And we all wore our typical Risen sizes for these ones, and that includes myself in my typical 3X for these ones. Okay, so this outfit is again launching Friday with the daily drop, which is going to be at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then finally, I have a Saturday lunch. We have a very comfy, cozy launch. We have the Bare Necessities lounge sets that are going to be launching. We have 5 colors available, and 4 of the colors are going to be available in plus. Unfortunately, the black set is only available in small through extra large, which does make me sad because of course that's the set that I would prefer for myself. But we do have fuchsia, mauve, coronet blue, and aloe. So I have the aloe and the dusty mauve here. I'm going to try on, I think I'll try on the aloe because I did my, actually I might have done it in both. I did my product photo, maybe I just did the one. I did my product photo in the dusty mauve, so there's pictures of me in that one online. So I think I'll try the aloe just because I haven't taken a photo in that one, and I'll be right back. I'm assuming this is the aloe. Yes, it is. Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks a bit awkward. I was like, I'll just like tuck in the front a little bit, and then I do it and it's like way too much. I'm getting a little Urkel there. Just a light little fold. There we go, that's better. Okay, so this is the Bare Necessities lounge set in the shade Aloe. These are being sold as a set, so the pieces are not being sold separately. They are being sold together as sets. So they are going to be retailing for $49, which for a set is incredible. Come on. And so they're going to be available, like I said, the black is only going to be available in small through extra large, but the other 4 colors are available in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. So kind of like the top of the straight sizes plus the bottom of the plus sizes for these ones. I don't have sizing information on these, but just kind of based off how they're fitting now, I say very true to size. I would imagine Christine is in the small, Carrie's in the medium. Melissa, I'm not sure if she would take the extra large or the 1X. I would guess maybe the 1X just because I do find that like there's a little bit, not tight in the hip, but I wish for me, I would like a little bit more room in this area, but I think it is also just because they are meant to be a little bit more of like a slim fit jogger. And that's probably just something that like, I'm not used to having this area so seen on me. But in terms of the actual fit itself, like they're still very comfy, super soft. I would describe the material as being very similar to Shirley pajamas, to the point where I almost thought these were pajamas. And I think being described as lounge set, that like athleisure or like leisure wear is definitely accurate, and you definitely could wear these as pajamas as well. Like they are super soft, super cozy. So again, this is the shade Aloe. I only have one other shade up here. Actually, I might be able to steal them from the other racks so we can see the full colors, because we do have 5 and 4 of them are available in plus. Let me see what I can find if I pilfer someone else's rack. Okay, so I did manage to find the other colors for the plus. I'm not going to put them all on just because they all fit the same, but I can at least show them off. So again, I am wearing the Aloe color. This is Coronet Blue. It's this really nice kind of dusty cornflower blue shade. We have the, I want to make sure I get the specific color's name. Light Fuchsia. Not super light to me. I would just call it a straight up fuchsia personally. And then this one is described, I believe, as Dusty Mauve. I would say it's somewhere between a Dusty Mauve and like a Dusty Rose. It's very definitely much like a warm pulling pink, whereas this is more of a neutral to cool toned pink. And then again, we've got this really nice kind of dusty cornflower blue. And then the aloe leans very, not quite dusty sage, it's a little bit more minty than that. I think aloe is actually a good descriptor for the color of this one. So again, these sets are going to be launching on Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and they are going to be retailing for, what did I say, $49 for both pieces, which I think is a steal of a deal. One thing I do want to note, this is not a drawstring. This is just a little like ribbity-roo that is on here for funsies, so that you can tie cute little knots. That knot that was tied on there, when I looked at it, I'm like, I know I didn't tie that because that looks like a perfect knot, and it was because it was like out of the factory. But so this is not a drawstring, it is just an elastic waist. This is just as like a fun little decoration. If you wanted to get rid of it, you could definitely probably seam that, rip that off, no problem, because it's not actually functioning, but I do think it adds a fun, just little pop of something to break up the sameness of being all one monotone color. Okay, that is everything for me. We definitely had it packed live, especially when I missed the last two, and before that they were definitely on the more thin in terms of having a lot of plus size stuff. So I was really excited, especially with our daily drop having 6 pieces all in plus. Incredible. So that is everything for me. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, my name is Michelle. I am the 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a 3X top and bottom. I wear a size 18 or a 2X in shorts for Judy Blues. Numerically in other brands, I'm usually like a 20-ish. And for height reference, I am 6'1", so if things look short on me, it's usually a me problem, not the garment. Yeah, so I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Just pretend the last 2 weeks don't count in that. But typically I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to try on all of the plus size pieces that are going to be launching at Lavender and Lace Boutique throughout the week. So if you want to check that out, see some really cute plus size fits, you know where to find me here on Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time here on Facebook and Instagram. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see everyone again next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't end up with another illness because I don't need any more of that in my life. Thank you. Thanks, Belinda. You have a great day too. Bye.